Thank you. Perfect. So today I will present streams B-08 and C-01 as was listed in the agenda. And as you're going to see on the next slide, we start with the first stream, where we discuss a very general overview on the scope and the orientations of this particular screen. So the idea is to work on the end-to-end system integration for AI/ML solutions, and in particular, the scope is to develop a reference framework for end-to-end AI usage in relation, obviously, to 6G, to develop data infrastructures and functionalities that enable novel AI-based services, as well as AI as a service to vertical industries, and to also develop models for AI costs and benefits related to telecommunications applications. In addition, the scope extends to creating solutions that guarantee reliable use of the technology and the build-up of trust in 6G and services which are enabled by 6G, to provide energy-friendly AI and ML solutions, and to produce data sets and validation methodologies which contribute to 6G human centricity and societal acceptance. As you're going to see on the next slide, there we discuss the expected outcomes of this particular stream. Within, I mention the realistic applicability of AI at large scales in 6G networks, the development of curated data sets of realistic 6G scenarios. Of course, it will be complemented by analysis and aggregations and harmonizations of results from existing projects, and the creation of an overall framework for benchmarking and calibration, end-to-end testing and evaluation of AI solutions for 6G networks. Last but not least, we are looking as well at the creation of matrix and models to assess the pros and cons of AI technologies in telecom. We look also at recommendations for policymakers for regulatory guidelines on the development and the usage of AI solutions for network optimizations, and of course the development of a trustworthy AI framework. Of course, in this particular stream, we have one project, 6G DALI, which has a duration of 3 years. As you can see on this particular slide, you have the project total cost of almost 6.3 million euros, and the EU contribution is at 5.8 millions. The expected TRL is 2 to 4, and of course I will give the floor at the end of my presentation to the project coordinator, Christos Verikoukis, for this particular project to present shortly to us all his views about the project. Before I do that, I will quickly go over as well through the scope and orientations of the SNS Microelectronic Lighthouse, which is the stream C0101, where we of course focus on the development of new or evolved experimental platforms where the solutions from the microelectronics domain, which are developed either in the context of the first phase of the SNS work program or in other parts of Horizon Europe, such as, for example, Cluster 4 work program, or also under the CHIPS JU umbrella, are validated in terms of the performance and the applicability for 6G networks. In particular, the scope should relate to the advancement of the baseband capacities which are needed in virtualized platforms from the device or network side, to the integration of the terahertz communications technology into a complete communication chain and demonstrator, to push the disruptive terahertz components developed previously to obviously higher TRL levels and demonstrate their capabilities in the D-band, and to include microelectronic solution in the transport domain or unified solutions with NTN and support for the IoT connectivity service provision chain. In the next slide, you are going to obviously see some highlights on the expected outcome of the stream C0101, which relate to the validation and demonstration of 6G candidate microelectronic technologies and systems as part of a representative end-to-end 6G architecture building on advanced components and technologies. To exploit the results and the momentum of the previously funded CORNAC project, which is a lighthouse in itself at the beginning of the microelectronics in the 6G domain. Of course, to integrate the solutions for the radio access part of the network, to validate and demonstrate the performance of key 6G candidate hardware solution technologies, components, and architectures that operate across various frequency bands, and to support the integration of key 6G related chips JU developments. In this particular project portfolio, as you're going to see on the next slide, we do have one project which lasts for 3 months. It is its acronym, it's Extreme 6G. Its total cost is 10,360,000, and EU project requested contribution is close to 10 million. Of course, the floor will be given to the coordinator, Didier Belot, who is representing the project Extreme 6G in this webinar shortly after the presentation of Christos Verikukis. So I thank you very much for your attention.